What's up, everyone? Welcome to Dakota. We have a game here between Shake playing as the Swedes up here in the northwest, and Chef playing as Portuguese on the bottom right side of the map here. So this is a 4 TP map. Portuguese at times, wow, he is killing a lot of bison. He definitely doesn't want a lot of walking time. But definitely going to get a decent amount of decay. Whoops, I am on the wrong player here. There we go. Shake saying you can give my ELO back. Okay, interesting. I guess these guys have had a few games back and forth between each other. And another bison going down and far from the TC. Very interesting decisions here. I can't say I agree with especially this last one, where you really only need 3. Probably, well, you probably do need a 4th to age up, but not for a while. So, Chef saying the problem is the difference of ELO. I think Chef is usually quite high ELO. By the way, yeah, if you don't know these two players, they're both very high ELO. Chef definitely a bit higher than Shake most of the time, but both very frequently above 2K, 2000 ELO. And it looks like Chef playing this one perfectly. Noticing this treasure is being worked on and trying to steal that without taking any damage for himself. Shake, meanwhile, typing it up. Repay for last time is his comment here. So we'll see if he's going to pay for typing during the early parts of this game and get his treasure stolen from him. So we'll have to see. He is getting close and doing pretty much how you typically want to do, but he needs to get closer here. And he's going to lose the 75 wood there. So Chef getting a nice little pick there. And he has more HP, so that's the worst case scenario, because you're gonna lose the explorer battle and you lost the treasure. So if you're doing that, you want to try to micro that and take as little damage as possible. And in that case, if you get it stolen, then you won't necessarily be below an HP. But yeah, double whammy there for Shake. Unfortunately for him, he's gonna have to retreat. Well, he's actually not retreating, but he does get to break. He breaks the snare, which is good. If I win this game, I resign you next time for equality. Oh, maybe there was like a drop that they were playing each other and somebody dropped. Sometimes I have those discussions or conversations like, if you match again, you know, maybe you resign regardless, but whatever. ELO isn't that important, so, but they're still discussing it. I don't know what they're talking about here because I want to make one game interesting after no time. Okay. All right, well, looks like Chef was going to go for the TP anyway, so he lets Shake get away there. And he is, by the way, aging up 13 villager population. Shake has the 2 torps, one of them on wood. So that's a nice little boost. Unfortunately, this one not able to reach this tree. Shifting all of his villagers now over to wood. And that TP is going up for Chef in the middle of the map. So we'll have to see what the approach is against Sweden with Portuguese here, because a lot of people will try to take out the torps. Some people will go for a fast fortress, and of course, Portuguese has the option to go for an FI like many civs do, and he has the cards in his deck for that. So looks like mainly a fortress age deck. So we'll see how he plays this out. Shake has quite the balanced deck. Age 2, 3, and a bit in 4 as well. Let's see what he's doing with the wood so far. Dropping a torp on the second mine. Well, actually, the first mine out of base, because there are 2 mines in base on this map. And will he expand to another one? We'll have to see. Looks like he's going to continue herding this hunt. Oh, he does have a villager on the left side of the map, expanding as well. Dropping a second torp there. Because it's not scouted, probably. He could drop one here, but I think the decision there is that this side has not been scouted, so he's going to add one in there. Macro is looking great. He's going to have just enough food for queuing up villagers as he hits up, while also dropping maximum amount of torps. Obviously, Shake is a high-level Sweden player. That's his main civ. He knows what he's doing, so his macro is going to be on point. 200 wood. Looks like he's going to drop racks, I would think, somewhere. The minions coming in. It's going to land at this front outpost and straight onto this gold mine, this 5K gold mine in the middle of the map. Chef, meanwhile, shipping in 700 food. I believe, yeah, he aged up with the 2 villagers and 2 semi-fattened cows. Politician, which is pretty common now for Portuguese. Dropping a second TC in base. So he's going to be able to age up very, very quickly to Fortress very shortly. Let's see where these... I know the Dominions is dropping here. This is Shake's thing. This is... It makes a lot of sense, and especially on this map, it's really good to be on this mine. Because it's going to last forever if you can hold it. If you can hold the position. So he needs to drop those down, and then he does drop a staple with the 200 wood that he had gathered. Native Scout does find the Dominion Torps, but not going to be able to stop that. Could have tried to block the construction, but the outpost is there to take that scout away, push that scout away. So it looks like Shake is going to go for 5 hus here. He's going to be able to get that. Does he have steel? He doesn't even have hunting. That doesn't even have a market yet, actually. So he's going to get the 5 hus, 700 wood coming in behind this. Probably add more torps in. Chef, Ethiopian Queen. I'm not sure I know what that politician is, but 700 wood coming in for him. Ethiopian Queen. Is that going to be... I'm not sure what that reward is for aging up with that. We'll have to watch this very closely. 5 hus coming in on the left side of the map, trying to pick up a villager that might be hurting, but nothing is there. Just a native scout and an explorer trying to pick up a treasure. Chef does quickly bring in the vill that was hurting out there, so very nice, very clean play by him. There is a little bit of danger of the 3rd TC wagon being sniped right now. The hus are here, and I think Chef just needs to put it at this TC, and I think he'll just be fine. Yeah, the hus aren't going to stick around too long. They're going to go for this explorer, actually, maybe. But 700 wood is in the stock. Oh, and what do we have? We have Sultai warriors. 5 of them. They are not good against cavalry, so they're going to get taken out pretty quickly. They do have a quick rate of fire or reload time. Hus not all together. They're going to retreat. This town center is not in danger, so that was a very good trade for Chef. These Sultai warriors, actually, I mean, it's because of that rate of fire. They did pretty well against the Hus, but they're stat-wise not super impressive. No bonus damage against cavalry, actually against light infantry. So he's going to lose them here because there are more additional Hussar. And nice micro by Shake, keeping that Hus alive. 5 goons coming in for Chef as the 3rd TC is getting set up. Shake, what did he find? More Hus, even more Hus. Wait, let's take a look at his Dominions. Inglesburg Ironworks was after the 700 wood, so they are even more efficient at gold, and all the Minutemen are down. This trading post is under threat, but the 5 goons should be here any second. Hunting dogs also coming in for Portuguese. He's not yet utilizing the 3rd town center, but will be shortly, I'm sure. But he also is prioritizing getting a little bit more dragoons out on the field. I think he can probably cancel that one and queue up those. Steel traps also coming in for Portuguese. Yeah, he still has yet to get this town center, I guess, hotkeyed or control group. It's still not producing vills. 1,000 wood coming in for ports next. Let's take a look at Shake. 700 coin, and that should be an age up after that. Where did that coin ship? It shipped to the forward crates, which will get forward torps, which will gather those crates pretty quickly. So not in danger, not a mistake. He fully intended to do that, and that'll be gathered up very quickly. So saving some villager seconds by letting the torps do the work there, and he'll be up in no time. Chef has that 3rd TC working now. He's at 29 vills. We'll be climbing very quickly with the 3 TCs. How many torps do we have? We have 18 out of 20, so almost max boomed. And he's in good locations, and the last 2 are placed. Yeah, so he's going to be at max torps in about 10 seconds. So very nice boom for Sweden. But the question is, does it outboom and outscale Portuguese? That's the question. And I'm not sure I have the answer for that. The map does look pretty good for Shake. There's not too many hunts, and the ones that are out there are a little bit dangerous. So this could be a problem for Portuguese in the near future. Oh, wow. Sheikh really wants that TP out and is going to sacrifice quite a few of these husks for it. He's getting a little bit of value in return, killing 2 Dragoons, but boy, that's not typically the value you're searching for with those units, the amount of resources they cost. So, yeah, that's a bit rough. We do have Hackapelts in queue now and being shipped, so a bit of a switch for Sheikh in composition. Is that a double stable as well? So looks like it's going to be Goon versus Goon for a bit. Chef now sending 1,000 coin. He's up to 39 villagers, so really getting that villager lead established. Although economically he's probably behind because of the torps for now. But these high value resource crates shipments that are coming in for H3 Portuguese are going to start taking over the economic. If you would look at the all resources chart, it's going to be pretty close at this point, maybe even in favor of Portuguese. And here come the Hakkas. They're going to try to trap the Goons, and there are some damaged Goons there, so maybe the Hakkas win this. They're quite similar in stats, but Hakkas do have that area of effect, so Chef really needs to spread out these Goons. I'm surprised he's not taking any shots here, but I guess he just wants to retreat and not lose them. And also has Pike on the way, so yeah, that's a good decision. Now he's going to turn the fight and try to trap these Hakkas with the Pike. I think he's taking a pretty good route, but Sheikh, whether he knows it or not, is actually getting good position, although he's getting caught now. And Pike are going to get a few good hits on them and push them away. Goons now have the advantage, and Hakkas are in a very bad position, though we do have more coming in. Pike still chasing these off. Reinforcing Hakka is going to probably win the fight here against the Goons. Ranged Cavalry Caracol coming in, as well as Dragoon Combat, which is going to help out quite substantially. Cav Combat, Ranged Cav Combat coming in for Sheikh, though. And that is the first upgrade card for his Hackapelts, which cleaned up the Pikes and are now focusing on the Goons here. Area of effect starting to have its effect in this fight. But the Hakkas probably need to retreat at this point. Minutemen are called, and Phils should probably get in the TC just to get some extra damage there. Yeah, I think at this point this is looking good for Chef to hold this. Ranged Cavalry Caracol coming in for Sweden as well, which is going to make that range difference a little bit tighter. Right now it's at 10 versus 14 because Chef was a little bit ahead on that upgrade. But now it's back to 12, a 2 range advantage for the Goons, which they're not utilizing at this point, but they can definitely clean up right here, so not trying to hit and run too much. And Pike got some value over here, getting a few torps out, cleaned up the bottom as well, actually. So yeah, some decent rating for Chef. He's up to 55 vills. Sheikh is at 33, and let's check his torp count. He is at 17. These Minutemen are going to finish off this 16 HP torp. That's ridiculous. They have such low siege, but very smart by Chef to remember that one was so low and take it out. We have Caçadores now joining in. Ooh, but Trample Tactics for Hackapellets coming in. They attack more quickly while using Trample Stance and have more hit points. So that is primarily for the extra hit points. He's going to get 15% for that. I don't think he's going to use that Trample. Well, I mean, against Caçadores, it actually could be really good. Maybe he's going to utilize that, because this is like the one civ with low HP skirms that it would actually do quite well against. 61 vills for Chef, but he's beginning to run out of hunts. He is moving onto the map a bit to try to claim some more. So if he can control that area, he'll be just fine. But other than that, he'll have to somewhat soon, start transitioning to mills. More Caçadores coming in, so he's going Skirm Goon for sure. Sheikh getting a really nice batch of Hakkas here. 10. He's gonna get 10 a full batch. And Hakkas are going in. Let's see, are they gonna use the trample mode here? Positioning not great. It's gonna take some good micro from Chef to get out of here though. Hakkas are moving in. surrounding the Castadors. More Castadors joining, and Minutemen. Great surround, and it looks like that was a trample. And there we go. There's a huge amount of damage coming out on the Castador. I don't know if it's enough though. They're still in the trample mode. Trampling the goons as well. Holy crap. All the goons are gone. And this trample attack was actually devastating. I thought the Castadors were going to be the ones that get wiped, but there's not a single Dragoon on the map. There's not a single Dragoon on the map anymore. Oh my goodness. And that is a scary thing because these hackers have that ability to go into hand and have a huge hand attack even without the trample, but at this point you would think that he's going to be using that. And the mines are starting to run out. Chef is moving out to treat 49 villagers on wood right now. 49. One single villager on food. Only 5 Dragoons. Oh my god. Gang Saw coming in. And we have a couple Falconets from Shake as well, which are going to help zone out the Castadors, even though the hackers can take them out themselves. And it looks like Chef is opting for the anti-cav through Halbs at this point. Sending in Team Gunpowder Infantry hit points. Is that really the best card he has? At this point, I mean, I would be thinking maybe the Fort to secure this hunt right here might be the best choice right now. I mean, you only have 17 Castadors, and they're low HP units, so they're not going to benefit too much from it. I think that might be the wrong decision. Meanwhile, Sweden's sending in 3 copper mines because the mines have begun running out on these torps. And he's at 18 out of 20, so that's good. Got his torps back up, and there's the 19th. Copper mine, 3 of them at this point might be a little bit early. A priest being trained to heal up a lot of low HP hackers. Wow. That is going to be really good value there. Copper mines dropping 1 by the starting torps, and the other 2 are probably going to wait. Oh, okay. He's going to get some good value from these right here. Okay, I like that. And another one here, so maybe he's going to delete some torps and add it around this mine with the hunt. Oh, no, he's adding it to this one. Okay, that's fair. So, yeah, the priest doing work over here. 10 healing per second. Going to get a lot of value out of that very cheap 100 coin. I actually would have preferred to see 2 or 3. Because he's going to really help that. Really help that group of hack pellets there. Native Scout getting some vital information, potentially. Look at the count of hackers here. 38. And that Native Scout is not going to see much more. Going down very quickly. Chef is going Castador and Halb. Does have his first couple, actually 3 mills now already, and 1 estate. Yep, 1 estate. Another mill going down in the back there. 85 villagers versus 42, so should be ahead economically, even with the torps. And we have, this is a Halberdier hit point and damage card. This is a combat card for Huss, Pike, Halbs, and of course Spies. So that's going to be not for Castadors, but for Halbs. So he sent 2 cards to boost his infantry and only boosting 1 at a time. Not typically how you like to see it, and most civs do have infantry cards for both infantry types, but Portuguese having to send 2 different cards here. And he's tied up in his base, walling it up now. He has 90 villagers, so he probably is feeling pretty good about that. He's getting some good upgrades for his infantry. Just a little bit turtled up, more than you typically want to be, especially against a civ like Sweden with the torps that you want to try to pressure. Blackberries, meanwhile, going to be coming in. For Shake, it gives 1,000 berry bush for each torp on the map, and he is at max torp, so he's getting max value for this, and it's actually going to be a huge spike in his economy. Take a look at that. There they are. There's some with torps still with small berry bushes, but most of them pretty much depleted. Falcons are out of position. Goon's gonna get maybe just one round of volley. Oh, trying to snare in melee. But that is not gonna be a good trade. Well, actually, one Falc does go down, but a traded for 5 goons, so that's not the value you want to get typically. And we're up to 58 Hakkas. 58. That is ridiculous. That is an insane amount of units, of one unit. And start to look at the population. 173 out of 200. And Chef is below that. 155 out of 170 and 94 vills. So he has 48 more vills. So he should be ahead in population, but he's behind because the amount of Hakkas here. 2 pop units, yes, but so that's taking up 116 population of military. Meanwhile, Chef has about 60. So right now, military value, military population heavily in favor of Sheikh. And I'm thinking, why isn't he pushing right now? He is getting the Kree CDB here, which is nice. Nice little boost. Should get this upgrade as well to give all cavalry and infantry 5% more hit points. Maybe he will do that, maybe not. Oh, and now we see 5 Falcons. So, okay, he's waiting for the timing push is what it is. 200 max pop. That's insane. Does he have enough? I guess he doesn't have another... he could be sending this. Does that count for... I'm not sure if that does count for Hakkas at this point in the patch cycle. But here comes the Kree. He's getting the tech as well. Give 5 extra % hit points. And this is going to be very tough for Chef to hold. Let's take a look from his perspective as the push is coming in. He's getting gunpowder, infantry attack, and he's getting the Kree upgrade as well. One Hacker goes down immediately to a nice volley. And a second one as well. But the 5 Falcons, what is Chef going to be able to do to combat that? 99 vills, but just not enough military at this current moment. 40 Helbs, though, with multiple upgrades. And this could be this could be a hold. It's going to be very, very close. Meanwhile, Sheikh is aging off that 1,000 coin and the Blackberries card. So... maybe he just waits a little bit and gets the guard upgrade for Hakkas. I think that's probably what he's aiming to do. Just take out houses, buy a little bit of time, but also do damage at the same time. And that fort could really be... I mean, it wouldn't hold 5 Falcons, but it could be... I guess he was able to secure this hunt anyway, so not a big deal. Hakkas going in for some raids. They're going to get a few vills before any reaction from Chef. He is training culverins and dropping houses frantically to try to get more culves out. This is exactly what he needs to do. He's going to sell at his market if he still has it alive. Yeah, he does. And he's going to get 3 culverins. That's perfect. That's exactly what he needs. He's still got 95 vills, so he's in an okay position. He's not dead, but this is going to be the confusing part for him. He's going to see Sheikh retreat, and Sheikh did not see these culverins. He did not see them. He maybe sensed them, maybe not, but regardless, he had the plan to just get up to industrial, upgrade his Hakkas, and now he's getting additional upgrades at the arsenal for his Falcons. He's also, I'm sure, going to get the field gun upgrade. And of course, he's getting the guard upgrade for Hakkas. And is there... Finn Horses gives Hakkas 15% more hit points. So another upgrade for the Hakkas. They're moving around, going to take out these outposts. Meanwhile, Chef is finally getting towards max population. More Helbs in queue. He's got 45. 42 Cassador. Does have the 3 culverins. No field guns yet for Sheikh. Making quick work of the outposts here. Hakka's almost able to get a shot on the culverin. And now they are basically fully upgraded, and ooh, they're not going to go in against these Halbs. You would not dare. I wonder if he'll use the trample attack against those Halbs. I don't know how that'll do, but when you have so many of these units, that might actually be insanely effective. 7 Falconets now. He doesn't have field guns upgrade yet. Very surprising. Chef making use of everything he can. Training Cree trackers, getting their upgrades. Culverins are moving forward, and they're going to get at least 1 Falc. There's one instantly. No, not much splash, though. Halbs are moving forward. Advanced Arsenal coming in. So this could be a good H3 hold for Portuguese. Doesn't have to go into Industrial with the ability to get those upgrades. Culv's a little bit out of position. Halb's going in, and we have a huge fight that's about to unfold. One Culverin is down. Big shots from the Falcs. Halbs are kind of dancing back and forth, not getting too much done. Castadors are getting some good value, though, in the back. Falconets still... Oh, double shot there. Double kill. This Culverin getting some good value. 2 Culverins, actually. And Falcs are really falling. Halbs are getting a little bit of contact, a little bit of snare. Last Falconet is about to go down, so the casts are free to fire on their own, but there's no protection, and we see Portuguese notices this. They have to escape. They have to run away because these Trabants are going to get into melee and wreck the Castadors in trample mode as they did earlier, but some very good micro, very good unit positioning, utilizing the chokes by Portuguese, and the Halbs are here now reinforcing, and this is a really, really good hold. The micro there was so good. I'm so impressed by Chef in that very tight, very tense moment, able to save all those Castador, squeezing through this choke here. Very, very nice play, but reinforcing Hakkas are here. However, they are turning back, and heavy horse guns are now being researched. Look at the food income here. This is absolute insanity. 4,000 food, 2,000 wood. This is crazy amount of food income. I guess from blackberries, mostly. Because there's only 5 bills on food. Wow, this is insane. Heavy cannons are here. And heavy horse gun being produced. I think this is the first estate. No, there's 2 estates for Sheikh. And a mill as well. So moving to the late game himself. Has a huge score lead. I wonder how many horse guns he's going to sell and get. He should be able to get 5. I mean, you got to sell a couple thousand food probably to get there. But I think he's going to do it. I think there's no reason not to at this point. You have a good timing. You have the upgrades. I say sell that food. Get that wood. Get 5. Oh, he gets 4. Okay. Training Kreese himself, sending in the factory now. And Industrial is coming finally for Chef. He does send the fort eventually. And he's aging up with the Tycoon. But does he have any more Culverins? Or is that he's dropping another artillery foundry? I guess he lost his previous one up top. Alright, expanding with more walls. 97 vills. Look at all these TPs. Sheikh has the TP line. He has Stagecoach. He has Vision. Getting the Vision upgrades as well right now. And you see just how much of the map he controls. Could put some outposts along the edges there. And we have 4 Prospector wagons coming in. That is an H4 card. So that's going to keep the Torps going. There they are. Those are copper mines. 2,000 coin. Getting those Torps back to working on coin. And I'm wondering what Sheikh is waiting for at this point. I think Chef knows that there's likely to be heavy cannons here, so making more Culverins. Guard Halb's coming in as well, which is going to be very, very big for the next fight. They're pretty highly upgraded units at this point with all these cards that Chef has sent. And maybe the next card is going to... well, that'd be just for Castadors. It's unfortunate there's not many cards or any cards that boost both of these units at the same time. Doesn't make it super... It doesn't synergize all that well, unfortunately. And Culverin Royale coming in. Very important upgrade for the artillery battle. 99 vills, but the eco just, it doesn't feel like it's moving as quickly. Like the numbers are not jumping as much compared to the Swedes. Like he had 4,000 food at one point. Getting all the estate upgrades. Trade monopoly has started, and that's a great move. Great move by Shake. He probably could have walled a little bit more before starting that, but look at all. He's got 7 trade posts right now. 7 trade posts. Oh, neither player going for the bison. That's actually a bit of a blunder, I think, for each of them. But they're already set up for the late game eco, so not that big of a deal, but could have been useful earlier. So Chef needs to take out, I mean, I think at least 3 trade posts in less than almost 4 minutes now. Man, the coin is just not coming in quick. He doesn't have the, you know what it is, he doesn't have the factories. He's just economically really far behind. Guard Helbs is in. They're looking mighty fine and quite strong as well. But he's struggling to get max population, which Shake has been at max pop, or if he wants to be at max pop, he's been able to be there for the last like 5, maybe even 10 minutes. So the eco just looks like it's in favoring Sweden so much here. And does he I believe I did see a factory coming in. Did he end up sending it? No, I think maybe he canceled it and sent the prospector wagons again. But Chef finally starting to move out. Almost 3 minutes left on the clock. And Guard Halbs are about to show themselves. We also have Guard Castador. And we have 47 Hackapellets moving in, but being zoned away by the Halbs. Culverin's there to take some first shots on the artillery. They miss, though, and unfortunately shoot a Hackapellet. And all these infantry are grouped up so much. I think these horse guns are going to just devastate with the heavy cannons. Halberdiers are going in, but there's only 9 remaining, and really, Chef needs to back up. He needs to get out of here. This position is not where he wants to be. But the trade monopoly is forcing a reaction, and this is exactly what Shake wanted. Immediately dropping the wall with the heavy cannon shot. Culverins are down. There's only Castadors remaining. Heavy cannons are coming in for Portuguese, as well as more Halbs. But the eco is just so far behind, it seems. And we're almost at 2 minutes on the trade monopoly. And Chef has just not done enough damage. Shake is still at max pop, queuing up full batches and now sending factories. This is looking really, really tough from here for Chef to come back and push out of the base and not just win a fight, but you're about to hear the siren, the signal. 2 minutes left. Well, I guess there's no signal for 2 minutes. It's maybe 3 minutes and 1 minute or something like that. Regardless, we're under 2 minutes and he needs to take out multiple TPs, which I just don't see happening at this point. Heavies get a couple shots off, but Hack Pellets take them out very quickly. Only 10 or so Halbs remaining, and Shake's eco is just out of control. He has nearly 7,000 resources in the bank, and that's including making champion Kree and just max pop. Like, oh my gosh, how these Halbs just got evaporated. The front line is completely gone. All this artillery, all this splash from the Hackas, and Chef is calling it. There's nothing he can do from this point. The trade monopoly is almost at a minute, and his army is just gone. There's nothing. Just insane. Look at this economy from Sweden. Just crazy. 67 vills. We're going to have to look at the eco charts after this, but it just felt like looking at the resources coming in just felt so slow from Portuguese, which usually is not the case. Usually they're the ones with the insane eco getting to the late game pretty quickly, but wow, that's eye-opening to say the least. The amount of damage the Hackers were able to do. They had that one fight right around here where they got into that trample mode, and they attacked quite quickly in that mode and doing splash damage to Dragoons as well as Castador, and had a perfect trap where all the Dragoons were unable to escape. And actually, Chef probably thought he wanted to take that fight with the Goons, maybe momentarily, but quickly losing all of his units. The Castadors were all that remained, and Chef had to make the decision to switch into Halbs. Didn't end up working out. I think it was probably the right decision from where he was, but man, that is just insane hack pellet use and economy. Let's take a look at these. Wow. Okay, you know what? I'm actually quite surprised. I thought Shake was going to be way farther ahead. He was ahead for all the industrial play and economy, and pretty close throughout the game. Honestly, the resource income, it just felt like maybe Shake just wasn't losing units. He was healing them up with the priest, which was really nice, really good touch. Villager chart here. But I guess just if you don't lose the units, you don't have to replace them, and all the resources you gather just go into the bank. I think that's pretty much more of what was happening. Not that Shake necessarily had the gathering advantage in terms of gather rates or villager count, but just not having to replace his units. These guys are pretty beefy, pretty tough units to take out. The Castador Dragoon composition, I think, makes it a little bit more tough for Portuguese to try to deal with that. So Shake played really well this game, controlling the game almost throughout the entire. I mean, he had one bad trade with the Huss here, but he was switching composition. Could have used those, could have saved them, but you know, kind of just tossed them away to get that TP out, get that TP down. But I mean, other than that, just pretty flawless play. He was playing really well, really nice build order and use of his hack pellets, keeping his opponent pinned in their base, and eventually busting out a trade monopoly to seal the deal. So very well played by Shake. Hope you guys enjoyed this game. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.